Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to get right into the video. Today we're going to be talking about how trauma hides the real you. If you are subscribed to my blog, then you know I have wrote about this already, but I wanted to do a video just to dive a little bit into the things that, I guess you kind of can't, see me face to face when I'm writing to you, but today we're going to talk about it. So I want to talk about what trauma does to your soul. I want to talk about how to rediscover yourself after experiencing trauma. And I also want to talk about what you need to do afterward to make sure that you're in a safe environment, in a safe relationship or friendship, to make sure that you maintain your freedom, baby, okay? Trauma sucks. It's a part of life for many of us, unfortunately. It is pain that is beyond normal pain. It's pain that is experienced through life situations that most of the time is not asked for or even provoked. It just happens. Many of you are familiar with my personal testimony. I experienced a sexual assault in college. I was minding my own business, literally. I was in pain. I just exited a really, really rough relationship, and it was no bueno. I was in a really vulnerable place, and of course the enemy loves to attack us when we're vulnerable and when we're already hurting. He likes to kick people when they're down because he's a nasty little devil. But anyways, yeah, so I was minding my own business, experienced a rape at school, and then I transferred schools, got my healing back in Grand Rapids, back at home when I was living with my family. And the Lord just, he had to go through and it was like I was underneath a whole bunch of mud, and he had to pick me out of the mud and wipe the mud off and cleanse me and wash everything that's like just all the bad stuff away. And it was the most excruciating season of my life. So much shame, so much guilt, so much condemnation. And that was the catalyst to finding out what my purpose was, finding out who I was in God, finding out that I have an extreme anointing on my life. Who would have knew? And so that itself literally broke open my life in so many ways. And it's proof that God will get the lemonade out of the lemon. And so many of you watching this have experienced maybe something similar, or you've gone down your own road of traumatic experiences, and you're like, God, what was that for? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with my life after I've been through this? Is there something after this? Is there a hope for me? Is there a future for me? Lord, what are you trying to do? Because none of that made sense. And that is a real response that a lot of people have with God. A lot of people get angry with him. They're upset because they feel like he wasn't there. They're upset because their life is now different because they experienced that and it's affected them. So it's so many things that a lot of people think that God could just swoop down and stop every circumstance that comes our way. Even though he is God, he can and has the power to do so. But earth is not for him to reign. Earth was given to earth, to humans, to us to reign, rule, and abide. And we are the gods of this world. I know that sounds crazy, but he gave man dominion, and he gave us the power to do as we please. He gave us free will. He gave us the ability to create, to destroy. He gave us the ability to do so many things that are like him. That's why that's why the Bible says that man was made in his image. He thought of us in the likeness of himself. So we have the power. Like God can only do what we allow him to do in the earth. So that's why it's so important as a believer to submit to his will and to surrender your life, because God can now use you as a vehicle to get what he wants to get done in the earth. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. But anyways, yes. So as much as we want God to break open the heavens and to stop every pain and every circumstance that comes our way that's uncomfortable, it's not realistic, and then it's not in God's nature to intervene when people make a choice. Free will is free will. He cannot fight you on that. He cannot alter it. It's your decision to do what you want to do in the earth. So when people make bad decisions to hurt other people, the only thing God can The only thing God can do for his people and people who believe in him and the people who are trying to submit and do the will of the Lord is that he's going to take your life, take everything that happened, and he's literally going to get the glory out of it. He's going to squeeze and turn and prune every part of that story, every part of your life, every part of the circumstances that you've been thrown and everything that you've been through, and he's gonna squeeze it out and get all the glory out of it. It's painful as heck, but the reward in the end is insane. Like, it's incredible. And it's not just for blessings. Like, you feel his peace, you feel his comfort, you don't even feel like nothing happened to you afterwards, but you got to go through the process. And that's what trauma can be such a life-altering moment for so many people, because they don't get that help that they need. They don't surrender their life. They don't give it to God. They don't lay it at his feet. And so they walk around with this chip on their shoulder all their life, and they walk around thinking that God doesn't care about them or doesn't love them, but it's really because they haven't given it back to him. They haven't given him their hurts. They haven't laid down every burden at the altar. So they're walking around weighed down by life, and then nothing gets better. It only gets better with God. And I can only say that 1,000 times over, but it really only gets better with God. If you don't give him that part of your life, it'll wreak havoc forever and ever and ever. And I'm currently in a process where I still got to do that. It's little stuff that happens every day, and I still got to lay stuff down. And it's not easy. You just got to keep doing it until you feel the difference. So yeah, that's what trauma does to you. God's really just trying to get the glory out of your life. Don't be mad at him. He loves you. He cares for you. There is a plan for your life. It's not his fault. I promise you. I promise you, it's not his fault. Really, you really got to remove that blame from the Most High and really take that blame and lay it at God's feet, because really, we can be mad at the people who hurt us, or we can be mad at the circumstance, but really that's only going to get in the way of your process. You know you're healed when you're no longer mad at the things and the people who were made or used to process you. It was all for your process. So go through it and don't skip any steps and don't go run around it or whatever. Just go through the hard part. That's what I'm telling people to do. Go through the hard part. So now I want to move into how trauma affects the way you see yourself. Trauma affects the way you see yourself, because when you start to make identity of the things that happened to you, like, oh, I was rejected, oh, I was hurt, oh, they cast me out, oh, I was raped, oh, I was abandoned, oh, they left me, oh, my dad wasn't there. Oh, when you start to create a persona around the things that you went through, that's when things get dangerous, because you'll never walk through life being all of the fullness of yourself. You will always be relating life to what's happened to you. So everything that ever occurs in your life will always come back, and it'll always be something about you. It'll always be like, oh, it's because of this, and it's because my dad wasn't there, and it's because of, and it's like, it's always gonna have to do someone. You will really, sometimes it be the other people. You be just minding your own business. But when you always have that victim mentality and you've made a identity of your problems and your hurt, it's always gonna be someone else's fault. And that's what you have to unlearn. It's not easy, because, sometimes people were there to make you feel like it was you. They may have blamed you, and maybe you were the scapegoat, and maybe you were XYZ, but you can't live life from that lens, because that's not what God's trying to get you to see. He's trying to get you to see the possibilities, the good in the world. He's trying to get you to see something different than what you always knew. And so it's so dangerous to make pain a person and make pain your person, because you have an assignment and something God's trying to get out of you in the earth. He's trying to do something different. He's trying to use you for his glory. He's trying to affect your other people through your life. He's trying to get you to do ministry. He's trying to get you to start that business. He's trying to get you to do a whole bunch of stuff, but you can't do it, or at least can't do it to the effectiveness that you could be doing it if you're unhealed. So gotta go through the pain, gotta go through the process. And that's what you need to make sure when you're going through the process, that you are in a proper space or environment to do so. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So you want to make sure that when you're healing or when you're getting delivered or whatever, that you need to make sure that you have a healing environment. My mom always tells me, I love my mom, y'all. She like my little Yoda. She's so sweet. Like, she's full of wisdom. And she always says, if you're going to heal, you got to make sure you're in a clean environment. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, would you go to a dirty hospital if you had a gunshot wound? Would you go, if your arm was falling off and you had blood all over the place, would you go to a dirty hospital? Or would you just go to a sink in the gas station and try to clean yourself off? You can't do it. You're just going to end up infecting yourself. So when you're trying to get healed and delivered and set free, and you're around friends that's still living in sin, friends that's encouraging you to go backwards and not forward, friends that don't have a relationship with God, who can't pray for you, cover you, nothing. You are literally in a dirty environment, a dangerous environment to be healing in. It's going to take a long time, and you may not even heal properly if you're not around the right people. Be around the right people, people who won't give up on you, people who won't walk away, people who ain't going to be angry that you're broken. If you have somebody yelling at you and getting in your face and doing all because you have an issue with your life and you know you do, and they're like, you need to get healed, blah, 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 blah. Go somewhere else. Find somebody with some grace for you. Find somebody with some patience for you. Because if they're getting mad that you're broken, they probably don't have something right with them either. And so you want to make sure that you're around supportive people who are walking with you, covering you, loving on you to get you to your next, to help you get to your next, who are going to continue to be there, not give up, not walk away, none of that. You have to be around the right environment, clean environment. People preferably mature believers who probably have gone through their own process and be there. Like, it can't be no other way. You need allies. You need people who want to see you free, who won't give up on you. And that's just the way of life. And not everyone has that. That's why it's so important that you can have a relationship and not go to church. I'll tell you that. You can. But is it better or is it more beneficial to be around mature believers, people who will cover you, pray for you, got all the tools to help you get free? Yes. Why would you want to be out by yourself where Satan can just keep throwing all this stuff at you and you not even be able to discern the times? You need to be around people who can help. And that's the point of the church. The point of the church, to be around mature people, people who are on the same page, not even just mature, because not everybody at church is mature. Let's just cut that myth right there. That's what keep people out of church in the first place. They think that it's this idea that everyone there is perfect. No one at church is perfect. Everybody at church is broken. Everybody at church has issues. Everybody at church has things they need to work on. So stop going to church thinking that you're going to run into Mother Teresa, that you're going to run into all the saints in the Bible, and then they're going to love on you and everything's going to be perfect. No. These are people with real problems, real issues. Even your pastor. Your pastor got issues and flaws too. And guess what? He called to preach the word of God. Are you still going to go? You should. You should. Because no one in the Bible and no one on this earth ever lived, breathed, walked around was ever perfect. You're never going to find a perfect church. I'm sorry. Just wanted to tell you, you got to go and you got to be about your business. You got to know and know why you're there. You have to know and just keep the motive in the forefront of your mind. You can embrace relationships and stuff, but they're not going to be perfect. It's people. People are people, whether they're Christian or not. People are people, and they got stuff they got to work on. We're just all striving to live at a higher standard that God has called us to. That's what being a part of a church is about. So yes, find you some friends, find you some family, find you some people who care, who love you, who will tell you the truth in love, not just the truth to hurt your feelings, tell you the truth in love, and then go about your business. Like, you got to get delivered. It's the season to get delivered. It is. Myself included. We all got stuff we got to work on. And this is me speaking to myself, because I got stuff I got to work on too. And I would be alive from the pit of hell if I walked around and said, I don't got nothing to work on. So I'm encouraging you, but I'm also ministering to myself and ministering to everyone watching this, because we all got some work to do. It's season to be fixed. It's the season to get whole. Let's do it. Let's stop looking around at each other. Let's make it happen. So yes, I'm sweating. That's that virtue coming out. Oh God, it's hot. Well, it's also 90 degrees, so maybe that's it. But anyways, yes, please share. Get someone free today. Like free for free 99. Jesus already paid for it. You don't gotta do nothing. You don't gotta just gotta receive. Just gotta receive. Just gotta receive his love, receive it. The work's already been done. You don't gotta strive for his love. You don't gotta strive for perfection. You just gotta be who he made you to be and love yourself, love God, love the people around you despite how they may act or how they treat you. Just go about your business and do what God has asked you to do in this season. And I guarantee you got something to heal from. So thank you for watching. I tried to make this shorter than the last one. Almost there, almost same time frame, but it's a little shorter. So thank you for listening. I love you. I care about you. I really do. I would not be wasting my breath to do something if I didn't care about the folks. I care about people. It's one of my strengths and my weaknesses. So yes, pray for me as well. Love y'all. Care for you. Please subscribe and share. Love you. Glory to God. I don't know how to end this video. All right, bye-bye. Have a good one, y'all.